Everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Sir, we have an orc problem. I mean, last episode, probably. It doesn't look like we're gonna get enough squares, but I could be wrong. We have four? Yeah, there's 4 different things that require squares, 5. And I can't imagine that I'm going to be able to afford all of them, and that's fine. So what are we buying? We don't really have much else to max out. I guess let's grab the cheap upgrades if we can. Tesla coil damage would be nice, but I don't know how much we need it. Here, let's focus on the cannon towers for the time being. Just see the extent in which this tree goes. Okay. So now that I've done that, yeah, we might as well just get a bunch of cannons. Just for some extra oomph here. Alright, let's finish this off. So it was this section that was getting wrecked. So I'm just going to put these guns here and hope that's enough to kind of finish them off. We will see. Because, yeah, I wanted to finish this level before moving on to the next, otherwise I never am going to. And part of the issue with these, I guess, is we don't have a whole lot of guns covering this area, so, like, these guys are, well, no, they're sneaking under the bullets. But I think they get by no matter what. Like, none of my bullets here are really being wasted, so I don't think it's a huge issue. Let's see. I think the cannons are helping. It certainly feels like they're helping. I think if I were to change anything, I'd maybe consider moving these lasers. Oh. You know, up until now I've been... Why the hell do I have a laser here shooting this direction? I mean, it works. No, I know, but it's like I'm wasting actually a huge amount of this laser's DPS by having it be all the way back. In reality, I should actually have my lasers directly next to my, like, probably directly next to my flamethrowers, just because most enemies don't make it too much past the flame walls. And thus, we're wasting, like, half this thing's potential DPS or more by putting it there. Because, yeah, if I had it here and just... I'd probably be doing a ton of damage. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I only have one laser going down this entire section. That's probably why I was having some trouble, because this is like 3 different crowds jammed in. This one's at least enough of a choke point that it's not an issue. Let's see. It's interesting how far these slow grenades end up. I was really expecting they kind of land here and just only affect this area, but no, it's affecting all of them. Which is kind of wild. Let's see, how much damage are my cannons doing? Barely any. But I'm assuming with all of my other upgrades that I've got, that's why we're not having issues here. These 2 zap traps are actually also doing a really good job of keeping this area clear. Because it's actually forcing them to run back into... Admittedly, it's like a very rough and not all that effective kill box. But it works. And then, yeah, all we have to do is just get through this. Because, yeah, the last time we did this, we only had 1 orc get through. And so I'm assuming just having the extra couple of cannons here to soften that crowd was enough. Unless somebody gets real sneaky and gets in here. Nope, looks like we're good. Cool. I really hope this is one of those games that gets, like, level packs. I don't know, I'm generally opposed to the idea of live service, but I don't hate the idea of the developers just periodically coming out with, like, 10 more levels and expanding the meta progression tree for, like, $2-3. I feel like that'd be fun. Okay, so what can I afford? Missile shrapnel? Strafing run. I've had somebody criticizing me, being like, learn how to play the game and buy strafing run. And it's like, I don't want strafing run. I just don't, man. It's not something I want to work with. I'm all about towers. Let's see. And I'm going to be putting all of my resources into towers. Let's see. So penetration, let's just boost the damage for now. Yeah, just keep buying the upgrades going from least expensive to most. What I should probably do is actually come back and boost the gunners, even though these are... okay, this is at least affordable. The only reason why I haven't been investing in gunners at this point, even though they're very good, is just because that's such a small percentile bonus that it just didn't feel nearly as meaningful. Even if it's good, I know. These were pretty prohibitively expensive for a while, and so I was going for lower hanging fruit upgrades to bring everything else up to snuff. So let's... what the hell? On one hand, they're definitely getting lazy with some of these. On the other hand, this is evil. Okay, well, let's start with this most obvious thing. Let's see. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be enough that everything passing through here probably gets set on fire. We'll have some stragglers, I am sure. And then I guess grenade launchers. Because these are going to just fly wherever anyway. And then mortars. Let's maybe make this mortar have a little bit more of a sweep. There we go. Let's see. Got some cannons. Which is fine. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I want to handle my lasers. I have no idea if this is going to work. But, like, if I want to be shooting for center of mass, this is probably center of mass. Unless they run through this area too quickly, at which point, And yeah, I still have 2 more flamethrowers. I think I'm going to save them for once we know where the enemies... where the orcs are, like, really congregating. And try and put them there. Okay. I largely want to angle these in such a way that we're mostly hitting every orc that passes through that is also on fire. I don't like this angle. This is what I was talking about, kind of wishing there was like a barricade system. So I could block off like 1 or 2 paths. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure we have an amount of overlap. We'll just kind of daisy chain these together. And hope for the best. There we go. That should be good enough. So let's just see what this looks like. So this is like the biggest bunching point. Let me see. I think these are fine. But I probably could potentially move these lasers over and have them hit this section instead. We'll at least bring a couple of them over. We'll have them angle through that. Well, I mean, I guess if I'm angling them like this, it's not so bad. And then for this, having it angle right here is probably better because we're going to have a lot that are stuck right there. Okay. I'll just do something like that so they're a little desynced from each other. Yeah, so we have an initial burst before they really get slowed and clustered. So a cannon or a gun. Yeah, but we don't have the range for that. This is going to take some doing. Let's just boost those. So now my machine gunners have extra range, at least. But I just don't know if that has the range I'm looking for. You know, one other option I do have is actually shooting them in the back. It's not enough, but it did actually really cut down this specific section. One other thing to note, this flamethrower is actually worthless. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like most of these guys are actually not passing through this section. It's just burning this handful. So I'm actually going to sweep this out here. And we're just going to... I don't think that's going to work. Or maybe it will, actually. Because there were a lot of orcs that were coming through here quickly. Okay, let's try this. Oh, I still have one more. It's fine. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I think these do flamethrowers. This one's fine, actually. Weirdly, there's an argument to be had kind of against this entire setup. Because these guys are sorting into very clear lines. Moving this back a little bit. I might actually want to just do that. Just wipe everything out. Get rid of my entire setup and just have and figure out where these clusters go. Because they're sorting into such clean lines that I could probably do something with that. Alright, so what else do we do? I don't have much money. I guess we'll just get another cannon tower and make this work. So, I think I'm going to do exactly what I said I was going to do. And rip all this stuff up. It was a nominally, like, effective defense, but I just want to see... I guess I'll leave those. I just want to see where these guys cluster. So here's a really good one. This whole area. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And I almost wish there was a way I could hide it. Because I should probably still get a number of flamers kind of early here, rather than trying to make specific choke points or kill points. I think the entire point is just to torch as many of these things as possible as they go by. I think it'd be better if I just put lasers kind of down these really obvious firing lines than trying to do cross, because they're not actually bunching up here that much. Unlike the pachinko where they were really clustering. I think I'll move my lightning back a little. Oh, hide results. Oh, perfect. Because I can't say that this is exactly going to be the pattern that they follow every single time they come through. But it's at least something. I almost really wish I could actually keep that after image available. I mean, I took a screenshot. All I need to do at this point is just... let's see. Let's just pull this up. You guys aren't going to be able to see it, but I've got the Steam screenshot open. And I am just going to stick this on my second monitor. So the problem is I have a 4K monitor and a 1080p monitor, and moving one window, like a window from one to the next, it'll be like a reasonable size on one monitor, and I move it over to the other, and it's just like huge. Impractically so. All right. So, big one is probably this. This can just sweep back and forth. Probably like this. They're going to be a little stuck here. Same thing on this one. Because no matter what, these are getting hit. And so we can just kind of let them sweep back and forth clearly. Same thing over here. Because, yeah, some of these guys are going to be slowed down. And I might as well make the most of that. Okay, they really cluster here. And so we want kind of maximum coverage to make this area just bad. Okay, unfortunately that's all of my flamethrowers. Be nice to put some more down, but so be it. I guess there's going to be a through line here. Oh, but this through line was really thin. This one could use one. But this area is so thick with orcs that it seems foolish not to. Okay. Then we get the guns. So this area was a really strong kill section. I'll have 2 guns there, at least. This was also a really strong one. And then this. Okay. And then I might as well get some grenade launchers. Just kind of aim for the center of mass. Wherever it gets really dense, we want to have at least some slow grenades kind of piling into these locations. Because they spread out anyway. The main point is to just kind of get them caught and trapped in these areas. Okay, is that all of my slow grenades? I suppose so. Then I was going to look into lasers. Let's see. Because, yeah, there's a really strong line here that can take at least something. I'm trying to figure out this one. This one had a really strong line going this direction. I feel like I'm reading palms or something. Okay. Because, yeah, my general goal here is to just pile as many shots down the densest possible locations. Actually, rather than that, these have shorter range, so I should probably get the gunner turrets going down, especially because top is not going to be in the happiest place. Actually, I don't have any lasers, or since I don't have any flamethrowers going up that direction, I think we might want to just pile 3 lasers instead. Oh, I don't have a slowing grenade for that either. You know what? Let's ditch these 2. Let's just plonk this here, because that'll probably land vaguely where we want it to. Okay, get rid of this one. Kind of cluster shot there. Okay, cluster shot there. Like just cluster. Yeah, no, we'll cluster there. Okay, mortars. Mortars, once again, kind of want to aim for the areas where they're densest, but honestly where they're packed in and not moving much. Let's see. Oh, we already have a mortar set for that location. I mean, this area is so dense that we might as well have 2. Okay. We can kind of have this sweep back and forth a little, because this area is pretty dense. And then I'll catch both of these flamethrowers out. Let's see. What else do we have? Move right there. Okay. Do I want to just leave it as is? No, there's a little bit more that I can get. Because that's a really strong through line, and this one is too. I'm actually going to move. I'm going to just move all of these probably back. No. Oh, this game needs an undo button. I right-clicked every... Oh, fool. Okay. If you do shift right-click, you pick up all your towers. That was a mistake. Okay. This one didn't have as much. It has a line coming down, but this is actually not amazing positioning. It's not going to hit as much as I'd like. But I might have too many guns there. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm really not putting much for defenses right here, which is probably bad. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Okay, let's hide results for a second. So this area is actually having a bunch of things clustering up right here, and I have nothing damaging it. We also have a big... Here, I guess I'll just do a screenshot and take a look at it. We're just going to take each of these under advisement, and let's go to upgrades and figure it out. So, another cannon tower. I mean, I might as well just hyper boost my cannon towers for the moment. Let's see, more penetration, more cannon towers. I don't know. Let's just keep trying to make my cannon towers as good as possible. Alright, go back here. So, can't do more flame. Can do mortars. And a slowing grenade. Right about here? Oh, it was here. Here was really good. Here was not, actually. I'm trying to find the largest masses of orcs that are not on fire. Actually, in retrospect, maybe we do this. Okay. A couple of cannons just pointed this direction. Let me see. Another mortar here-ish. Generalize it out a little bit. This area is messy up here because it's a huge cluster and we don't have much. In the way of, like, actually meaningful defenses. I'm actually going to put one of those there and see what that does. Okay, let's start again and see how this goes. Yeah, the problem is there's no... I rely on kill boxes. I guess I should actually... Ooh, this area is looking really rough. Okay, so this one's swinging back too far. I think we actually want to move it to this corner. Yeah, definitely up to this corner. Because my positioning decisions, not amazingly great there. Let's see. I'm actually going to put a couple of Teslas kind of along these edges. It's not perfect coverage, but it'll do. Okay, next up, I had mortars. And I should probably have a mortar here. I don't know why I didn't think of this area. That was a cannon. We want to take the mortar. Okay, let's try this again. Because, yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be one of those that, like, there's just no easy solution here. So, I think I should move this laser. Hide results. This laser's worthless, this laser's worthless. Neither of them are positioned in such a way that they're actually making a difference. I'd actually even say these three lasers are kind of moot. They're not bad. No, they're killing a lot, actually. You can see the line of corpses below them. It's just they're being overwhelmed. Okay, let's go to upgrade, see what I can buy. Because there are a number of things that are going to help me here. We can get more gunners, which is probably worth it. Oh god, they're so expensive. More cannon towers. More cannon tower damage. I'll get the more towers in a bit. They're just really pricey. Okay. So, right. It was these two. These two were worthless. They weren't getting many kills. Any kills? This one was probably getting plenty. It was shooting through center of mass. This one I think I can move up. So one option I do have is something a little bit more basic. I was kind of doing this previously, but I think the best thing I can do is just clunk most of my lasers. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to plonk most of my lasers pointing diagonally back through this mess where they can hit the most amount of things. Rather than trying to use them as specific gatekeepers, I think we just want to use them as just ways of wiping out, dealing damage to as many orcs as we possibly can. So that does create issues here. As I just don't have enough oomph. Oh, that was a cannon. Yeah, this was working. I don't know. Like, all these mortars in the back, they make sense. But I think the best thing I can do with the mortars is point them to where the orcs are densest. Let's see. This one was definitely doing a good job. Let's see. What about this one? Probably not. Okay. And then for lightning, it's tricky. What do I do about cannons? I don't know. Something like that for the time being. All right, let's see how this goes. Unfortunately for me, today is surprise lawn day. Usually never happens on Fridays, but it's been really rainy around here. And so that is causing mild issues, just a lot of noise around here. So we are letting some leak through, but this is actually handling a bunch. So this area is a cluster, but I could actually put a cannon down this and have it work reasonably well. Okay. Yeah, I think having the lasers just go down this line was the correct one. I think it's just softening them up heavily. Okay. So let's take a look. This is fine. This is fine. These are all fine. Yeah, I think just a cannon down that would be good. Because that was where, like, most of them were coming from. Okay. I don't have much. Let's just try those two cannons and see what happens. Interesting that the cannon's actually one of the more accurate structures in this game. Yeah, the cannons are actually working reasonably well. Not amazing. You know, we still have leakers coming through. Part of it is I don't have a zapper right here. I think I'll probably move this one. And actually these two guns are completely meaningless here. And yeah, a lot of them were sneaking through this section because it's one of the only places without good coverage. Okay. I think we're close, and we also have an amount of meta progression that we can still buy that should solve some of these things. Okay, so this gun's in a bad spot. And this is a blind spot that I should move. I think I'm going to just move this out. Even if it's currently getting those hits, I need it to cover the couple of leaks. More so than to hit things here. Okay. Nope, this area got bad. I think both of these guns are actually fine. We just need more. Okay. So how are we... We barely have anything that I can actually upgrade here. I can get more cannon towers. Well, in that case, I should probably boost my damage. We can get some more laser towers, too. Boost that damage. Yeah, we still got some things, because I can get some more grenade launcher towers, too. Some more silver orcs. Yeah. Okay. So which section was having issues? It was here. Here was having some leaks. And then we had some around here, but hopefully this is able to kind of pick up some of the gaps. Dang, the electro trap sending things away, like, actually shockingly good. Oh, right. I was going to move this one. Let's just surrender, play again. Because, yeah, as good as this one is, we really need these things to catch runners. Because there's no way I can catch them otherwise. I think there'd be an argument to be made for aiming this just a little further forward. Because I think a lot of its hits are hitting not as dense of locations. And that's a bit of an issue. And yeah, I think my choice with the laser towers is good. I actually probably could point one or two of these laser towers up this direction. It might be just as effective. Part of it is I want them to be shooting at least somewhat through the fire, because the fire gives them a big damage bonus. But honestly, this might be working. No, we haven't hit peak orc quantity yet. There's usually a point somewhere around here where things get really dicey and I can't stop them all. Yeah. So they were actually starting to flow through here. I mean, they were starting to flow through in each section. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I think we just need more, towers. I don't have that many left. Oh, we do actually have enough squares now that I'm looking at it. The strafing run, the nuke, and the orbital frost laser. We just have to buy them, which is very expensive. And I think I'm going to leave that somewhat for later. Let's see. One more laser. And some Tesla coil damage. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here to a lesser degree. I don't know. I think this is one of those that we just keep poking at it. There's only so much I can do. I think the one thing to investigate would mostly be, are there any spots where I can split up my towers or move them around? Yeah, are there any towers that are not being utilized well? Because it feels like my machine guns could be better placed, but I also kind of need them where they are. Let's see. And no, I don't think I need to move those mortars. The top is still having serious issues. The bottom is actually looking a little bit better than it was. But yeah, the top is being completely overwhelmed here. Actually, a lot of these sectors are being overwhelmed. I think this is where stuff like the strafing run, the strafing run and the nuke actually would be good. And so, yeah, I think we should probably pick them up. Let's see. Go for that. Yeah, I've just got a couple of things that I can still be upgrading. And so I'm going to try and do that. We're just going to have this kind of crossfire here. Because most of the orcs seem to kind of cluster in this section. And there's an argument to be made for I'm kind of squandering these cannons. Using them for cleanup where they'd be better off probably pointed into center of mass. Because yeah, right now I have 4 cannon towers that are definitely not doing enough. I mean, do we want to do that? Maybe. because yeah, I think the problem is we just have so many things running down these sections that there's no way we can catch them. Like here, the machine gun towers are doing well. Buy another cannon. Some more damage, more Tesla coils. Last laser. Oh god, it's so expensive. Oh, it never did actually hit the last explosive orc chance. I think this is a situation where I do really wish the meta progression was not quite as punchy. Okay, screw it. We're just going to rather than catching D's, let's just throw more bullets into the mess. Because there's an argument to be had for I'm wasting a lot of shots here to catch things that maybe I don't need to. I've got a slowing grenade there. Do I need it there? I don't know. I'll move it. Got another one here too. Because yeah, if we have considerably fewer just hitting this back section for the lightning towers to eat, then none of it matters. So I think these towers are working. These, I could probably move these cannons. This is working. Actually. Yeah, so I think the answer is, just like the lasers, we need to just be sending these things down center of mass. These are working. I think this is fine. I think this is almost fine, but I think I might want to take these cannons and just point them down this direction. Yeah, like I always feel almost confident that I can almost make it work. I didn't quite get him. Alright, I guess I do actually do damage with this thing. Not enough. So we've actually already passed peak orc and we're on the way down, unfortunately. Yeah. They're just getting through. You know what? Let's just go for this. It's a small bonus, but it's one that we've noticed makes a huge difference. So, yeah, I'm instead going to just fire a cannon down these lines. Let's see. I'm trying to think, is there a better spot for slowing grenades than here-ish? Not really. And they just kind of cluster wherever. Okay. And I know we can get some more Teslas. There is an argument also to be made that the flamers I have here aren't actually... Oh... These are helping, but they're not huge. I think I'd be better off actually moving them up here with sweeping motions. Maybe. We definitely want to take this one and move it to this corner. Because it's getting a fair bit, but this corner is extremely dense. And this needs some cannons. Or something. Okay. I'm going to take one of these cannons out. It's probably a bad move. Maybe. Maybe I need it there. Take this one and point it here. Okay. Let's go get some upgrades. I can buy a single cannon. I can increase the damage of some things. More grenade launcher towers. Sure. It's not like they do huge amounts of damage, but... It's something. Speaking of it's something, let's just point a mortar there. Okay. And I could potentially take one of the cannons from here. Maybe. So, big problem with this cannon is being wasted. Like, a lot of its shots are just flying stray. Yeah, how do I feel about this flamethrower? Not amazing. Okay, we're starting to let a couple through here. I think the real answer is we need to get the nuke and the strafing run. Because specifically part of the problem is we hit this kind of critical mass. And if I could just blast the critical mass down once or twice, it would probably make a huge difference. So do I want strafing run, missile shrapnels, cryo beam, or nuke? Okay, probably just those. More bullets, strafing run, use. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so once this area is like really bunched, no, I think we're gonna wait a little bit longer than that. Then I use the strafing run. Because right now we're fine. There's just a certain point where we get overwhelmed because there's too many orcs. And I don't know what that upper limit is. Okay, the strafing run is good. I think I need to put some more upgrades in it to really see those effects, though. Because how much damage did it do? It did 200,000, which is not terrible. It's not amazing. Because, yeah, this is about where the strafing run really would be helpful. Because this is the point where I think we have so many orcs on the field that they're actually pushing each other through. And that's an issue. Like, we get so close. We might actually... No, we're not going to win this one. It's like right at the end, too. It's kind of wild. But, I mean, on the flip side, that means we're getting a little closer to victory with every single one of these. Well, that'll help. Can't afford much. Yeah, how much damage are my missiles doing? Not amazing. But I mean, I could actually invest into them and maybe have it help. Okay. So I think I'll do a strafing run now. Okay, the strafing run has got to the point where it actually does damage. There we go. Let's just go for those. Because that might prevent them from bunching up too much, which may prevent that hell clustering that we were running into. No. And like, credit where credit is due, it did do like 1 million damage. It almost kind of does the 1 million damage at the cost of everything else. That's why I've been trying to put it along the edges where my other guns are not currently pointed. We might live through this one. Yep. Either we live through this one or we almost survive. Which means I should probably invest into survivability. Yeah, we're gonna lose. But like, it's so close. It's right at the end. Again. So I can do another emergency supplies. Okay, you might be wondering why I buy all this health. Well, now at least I have 290 health as opposed to 60, which means that's a lot more orcs that can get through. And I think I might hold on to the airstrikes for a little bit longer. Because it seemed like we have it, and then we don't. And I have to kind of find that point where we don't. And that's the point where I really start needing stuff like the strafing run. Because it's tempting now while it's all stacked up, but right now it's not moving very fast. Oh, right. I guess I might as well be shooting this. Okay. Here? Here. And then I'll do one more in a smidge. Like right as it bottoms out. Right about here-ish. And we still have a couple more towers that I can buy. A couple more things I can pick up. Yeah, they're getting through. But hey, with my upgrades, we might live through this. As opposed to dying. Because if I manage to at least survive this... Oh, it's going to be close. Nope, toast. Let's see, do we get more emergency supplies? Let's make my missiles actually good. It's a cheap enough upgrade, and actually some of these are pretty good. Well, credit where credit is due. That does do a lot of damage. Not nearly as much as pretty much half of my structures, but hey, any DPS is good DPS here. And yeah, if I can specifically soften them up in such a way that they're not a huge... Well, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to soften them up totally. It feels like it's making a difference. Sad part is it's doing almost as much damage as the grenade towers. Okay. Yeah, this area is kind of stanky. Let's do this again. This is one of the only spots that has enough. Yeah, I don't do enough damage to really be able to stop these guys, but maybe I can kind of soften them up in such a way that we can clear them down. All I need to do is survive. I don't actually have to ace this one. Not on the first try. That's going to be tough. That's a lot of damage. No, not making it. Get it closer. Just not enough. And then, yeah, let's get the upgrade for the missile shrapnels. Because that's going to be good. That's expensive. Let's see. Let's boost that. Not that I care deeply for the silver orcs. And part of the reason why I didn't want the active abilities is because now I have to actively plan on using them. And yeah, it seemed like most of the enemies that I really needed to worry about were kind of coming down this section here. That's also an area that isn't getting a whole lot of damage. Realistically, though, maybe aim here. We don't want to shoot too many missiles into areas where I have machine guns pointed. Well, it's actually doing a ton of damage. Okay, this is probably the spot. because that kind of prevents them from getting too full. And then do one more. And yeah, the damage on this is good enough at this point that I can actually aim for these crowds and actually do some real damage to them. Still aiming for kind of center of mass if I can get it. Yeah, okay, they're getting by. The question is it enough for me to survive even just one round? No. We were very close. Okay, let's get another emergency supplies, get missile shrapnels. Shrapnel slow duration. Oh, that's interesting. Little pricey. We still have the nuke that I can buy and some other things. I can also buy more mortars. Oh, yeah, more mortars, more Tesla coils, and also boost my Tesla coil damage. And one more cannon. Like, there's still some things that I can afford. I'm just trying to go for the cheapest options. Well, the shrapnel seemed to be kind of good. Emphasis on kinda. We do want to be aiming for sections after the fire towers. Because those are the, well, we want to benefit from that 50%. I think it's like a 50% damage bonus. There is still an argument to be made for moving a couple of these fire towers that I have. Because I'm noticing the two kind of towards the back, they're hidden things, but they're not actually hitting that much. Okay. Try and break down some of the clumps. And yeah, credit where credit is due, each of these upgrades is making my missiles considerably spookier and more effective. Yeah, not quite enough to kill, sadly. Yeah, if there's a cluster of explosive orcs, we want to aim for it. Okay, I think we survive. Okay, so that gets me, I mean, against all odds, we did get it. I think, since I have a bunch of money, let's buy all of the upgrades for everything that I haven't already bought. Let's see. Slow duration, slow strength. I think we're good there. The missile damage would have been nice. Okay. Anything else? No. So we're not going to get all the bonus money, but maybe we don't need it. as badly. Okay, put that there. We're just gonna plonk these here. There we go. Because, yeah, the extra zap towers comboed with the extra mortars should make this area a lot less... Oh, right, we also did make the grenade towers a little bit better. Like, it should make this area a lot clearer. We were getting there. It's just a matter of... just pushing ourselves slightly over numerically. I mean, even just looking at the amount that are currently getting by, it's not bad. And I think we could actually reconfigure some things, because once again, those handful of back flame towers, not really holding their own at this point. I do also feel like the flame towers aren't as good. Do you think this is good? Yeah. I think ultimately the flame towers aren't particularly amazing. I think if they had more opportunities to buy, like, just a couple more upgrades for them, and they could have actually done some really interesting things. Alas. Okay. We might actually just get this right out. Because I'm not seeing the big lines going through. It's a bunch of stragglers. Stragglers that my lightning towers are extremely good at dealing with. Alright. I think we finally got it. The orcs hath been killed. Neat. So it does mean that you can buy everything, but everything is so expensive that, like, why would you? Let's see. Yeah, let's just buy those for the sake of it. Okay, so now we've maxed out everything meaningful. Oh, except for Tesla coil damage is a little expensive. It's fine. Nuke bomb use. Let's at least see what the nuke looks like. Leave it here. So, thing I absolutely adore how this works. I like the fact that this is an incremental game where strategy and gameplay actually matters. Most incremental games is about pure numbers. This is one of those where even if you wanted to, with like a fully maxed out talent tree, you really do need to know how to maximize your tower's placement and effectiveness. And just not squander them. And I'm sure compared to some people who like really study and master this game, there's all sorts of things that I've missed here. And let's drop a nuke and see what happens. Yeah, it's fun. But yeah, that it's an incremental game where skill matters, and knowledge matters, and understanding matters, and that's, for me, huge. Because I find a lot of incremental games to be extremely bland nowadays, and so having one that is much more like you actually need to care about what's going on feels nice to me. Anyway, I think my one complaint I would have is that, once again, I really wish the talent trees were just a little bit more interesting. That, as it stands, the talent tree system leads to very homogeneous builds, and so I would guarantee most people by the end of the game are going to have the exact same build layout, loadout as me. And, you know, our tower placements might be completely different, and that is a huge part of player expression. Last airstrike was not the most well placed, and that's okay. I mean, I've already gotten this one perfect I think I should have just timed that one airstrike just a little bit better than I did. But also, doesn't matter. Looks like we win anyway. Let's see. We already got it perfect. I just want to see what the nuke looks like. And yeah, I can increase the range, but I don't need to. But yeah, I wish the talent tree had been twice as large. And that you really could go for the, yeah, let's just get every tower. Or you could go for a like, hey, I really want to make these flame towers good. Because yeah, the fact that this talent tree terminated here is kind of a downer. It would have been really cool if there was like 2 or 3 more branches going out this direction. And like, luckily the developers have left themselves or modders room to add more. And so like, boy, if this game gets mods, I'm going to be a very happy camper. Because I'm going to want to play in that space. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But for now, at least, I hope you all had a very good time. I certainly did. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.